All right, we are live. I am John Beckmann. I'm a U.S. Senate candidate for the GOP primary in Alabama. Today we're going to be talking about free-range parenting. So this is the idea that we're coddling our kids way too much. We need to let our kids make mistakes. We need to allow our kids a freedom to test things with trial and error. That's what free-range parenting is about. So that's what we're going to talk about. It's a little scary to make this video because every parent is afraid to be judged, right? So it's a little scary to talk about this issue. But first, before we get into that, let's do the citation to the Scott Adams simultaneous sip. So everybody get something that you enjoy: coffee, water, Diet Coke, something that tastes good. Go grab it, get it in your cup, raise your cup, the citation to the Scott Adams simultaneous sip, and sip away. All right, now let's do one sip of our own. All right, and one more piece of audience training. Let's get the fist bump. Okay, if you did that, that means we're heading in the right track because we're starting to communicate back and forth between each other. Okay, so let's talk. Let's talk about free-range parenting. So when I was a kid, free-range parenting? Oh yeah, it's all about. So it's about the idea that we're coddling our kids too much. We need to let them make decisions, make mistakes, so that kids learn by making mistakes. So that's what this is about, okay? When I was a kid, I remember, man, I would take my bike when I was like 7 years old, and I would ride all around town. I would ride around town. I would go to into the woods. I would go into graveyards. I was independent, and I learned so much just by being by myself. Now, could you even imagine letting your kid just take a bike, go bike around all around town all day long, and then you just expect that they come back at night? Nobody does that anymore. Oh, yeah. Nobody does that anymore. And there's consequences to that, okay? Our kids are getting seriously messed up because they do not learn how to be independent. And I have 5 kids, okay? So I know the struggles of being a parent. Okay, I'm going to tell you my story. So I got 5 kids, and a lot of my kids are attending the local elementary school here, okay? And the catch is that we live so close that they will not give us a bus, okay? So the elementary school, the school district, will not provide my kids with a bus. So I walked to school, okay? I walked to school every day when I was a kid, and I liked it. So we basically said, okay, well, they won't give us a bus. So, yeah, 5 kids under one roof. Yeah, so we basically said, look, if they're not going to give you a bus and they say that we live close enough to walk, then I'm going to have you guys walk. So we allowed our kids to walk, and we talked with the school, and we wrote these letters of permission that were okay, we're allowing our kids to walk home. And the school district, once they realized that we were letting our kids walk home, and it wasn't we just threw them to the wolves, okay? We trained them. So we would walk a couple blocks first, and then we'd go a little bit further together, and then we'd go a little bit further, and we'd just keep pushing and pushing and pushing until they mastered and memorized the route. And then we were okay, you got it. And then we let them do it. We let them do it alone by themselves. And they actually did fantastic, okay? They did really well. They were able to make it home. But the school district got super uncomfortable, and they gave us hell for that, okay? So they basically came out and organized a campaign of harassment against us, me and my wife, because we were letting our kids walk home, okay? So that needs to stop, okay? We need to send somebody to Congress who is going to allow free-range parenting, okay? And who's going to pass laws and vote in a way that protects parents and allows them to make their own decisions for their kids, okay? And we need to protect parents from being harassed by their school districts. So that's what I'm a huge advocate for this, because I'm a scientist, and in science, you have to make mistakes. You have to, every day you go to work and you try something new and you know you're going to fail. But if you fail, you learn one more reason that this didn't work, okay? That's how we learn. I can tell you everything, I can teach you a bunch of stuff, and it just goes in one ear and out the other, okay? How far away is the school? It's less than a mile. It's so close. It's so close that they will not. They say it's so close we will not give them a bus. Okay, that's how close it is. And like I said, like we trained them. So it's messed up. And the other thing that's bad is they would not even like negotiate about it. They would not even compromise. Like we went in for a meeting, a negotiation meeting, and we were like, okay, like I understand if you don't want them walking home alone. We prefer that they would walk, but maybe you could just give them a bus. And they're like, nope, not doing it. So they're just completely unhelpful. Anyway, the overprotection and the coddling is actually leading to increased female suicides in teenagers. Okay, so if you look at the statistics of females committing suicide, it's spiking up. Okay, it's this coddling is what's creating this need for these safe spaces, and we're screwing up our kids. Our kids are going to be so messed up that they're going to finally turn 18 and they're going to realize they don't even know how to walk on the streets. They don't even know how to like look at the street signs and protect themselves from cars because they've never had any experience walking before. So this drives me nuts. And again, like, don't judge me. Just this is my opinion of my experience of having 5 kids. You have to let them make mistakes. That's the only way that they learn. Okay? And that also breeds independence and a ferocious like appetite for ambition by having them be independent. Okay? So I'll end here. I don't want to go too long. But if you like the videos, you can follow me, you can share it, you can go to eaglewolfpack.com, you can vote in the primary on March 3rd, and you can donate, okay? And the last thing I'll just say it one more time because my wife says I'm not connecting the dots, okay? So the point of this video is we need to send somebody to Congress who's going to protect the rights of parents from harassment by the local school districts, okay? They need to be protected to allow for free-range parenting, and that's what I'll do. Boom.